Yeah, I'm on my way.
Ah, here we are. We're gonna take a train, folks. We're gonna put Sapphire on the train. Enter. And we're gonna head out of Florida. All right, let's head to Fredericksburg and see what adventures we can find there. This road here that we're on was always one of everyone's favorite roads. It's a nice hilly curvy road. We used to let's just say maybe went a little bit faster than you're supposed to, if you get my drift. And I think you do. Alright, so we're gonna take the old Highway 1 down to Fredericksburg instead of getting on the stupid interstate, because there's always more to see, and that's what the point is, right? Is to see stuff. It is for me. If you're into clicking off miles, hey, more power to you. For me, I want to see stuff, experience stuff, and Route 1 has much more interesting things to look at than boring old Interstate 95. This is Quantico Marine Base, a famous base for Marines, of course, and also the FBI Training Academy is there. You'll see that on many different TV shows where they'll talk about going to Quantico. There it is. It's back in there. Quantico Marine Base. And now we're heading south on Route 1, the old highway. Let's see what kind of interesting old stuff we can see along the way. Gorgeous day. Boswell's Corner. Let's see what we have here at Boswell's Corner. We've got a lot of mom and pop car dealerships, okay, a pawn store, and a garage, coffee, breakfast, lunch, little diner, Spring Hill Lake Motel, an old roadside motel. That thing's probably been there since the 50s. Benny's new and used tires. That's cool. Alright. Goodbye, Boswell Corner. See all the cool things you can see when you take the back roads. You can see things like Boswell's Corner, home of Benny's new and used tire store. Alright, we're working our way down. Alright, next stop, Falmouth, which is right across the river from Fredericksburg, our destination. I'm excited. I love Fredericksburg. I used to live there. I'll show you the place I used to live, and I just think it's a really cool little historic town. They call it the most historic town in America, and that's because it has history that goes back to the Revolutionary period and the Civil War period. So lots of different events and people and activities, and just tons of history happened there. George Washington lived there. George Washington's mother lived there. There was a big battle in the Civil War there. Our free fall continues. Alright, I think over this hill we'll be coming into the little town of Falmouth, and I might see if there used to be this little curvy road that ran alongside the river, and I'll take that to the southern bridge of Fredericksburg and go across into Old Town. Here we're crossing the Rappahannock, the famous river where some historians believe that George Washington actually threw, there's a legend that George Washington threw a silver dollar across the Potomac. Well, that would be one amazing feat if he did that. So some people think that he actually threw it across the Rappahannock, which is more realistic because it's a smaller river, especially where he grew up, which is down the river. I'll show you that later. So we're going to cross back over, and one of the reasons why Fredericksburg is here is because this is where all the rocks were in the river. The boats couldn't go past it, so they said, okay, well, let's build our houses here then, I guess. We can't go any further. And like, oh, it's a good place for it. Let's do it. But I want to show you this old church here. Look at this. This thing dates back a long way, like into the 1700s. But the interesting thing about this building is, check it out. There's nothing behind, there's nothing to it. That's it. It's just a facade. Here, I'll turn around so you can get a better look at it. See that? Look at that. Isn't that wild? So the whole building collapsed or something, or burnt down, or something happened to it, but the front of it remained, and here it is. It's preserved just like this. Isn't that wild? Alright, let's go find... See, isn't it cool what you can find when you look for it? I better get out of the oncoming traffic lane here. Let's find this little road. Gordon Road. Falmouth. If I remember, I think Falmouth actually predates Fredericksburg. There was a settlement here before Fredericksburg was built up. Some of these old buildings are, well, that's not original, but I think that's original. Belmont. We're going Port of Falmouth. There's something going on down here. Like, look at these old places. Basil Gordon House. Conway House. Huh. Cool old stuff. Parking fee. Oh, that's for people go play in the water. So that's the parking lot for people. They take their inner tubes and stuff and they go float around in the river. I know that's an old one. I remember seeing the sign for it. So the river, we're going right along the side of the river here. Try not to run into anything. Oh, the water's low. There's the train bridge down there. We'll head this way. One of these buildings on the corner is the oldest building in Fredericksburg. It dates back to the late 1600s. I think it's the one right on the corner. It's cool murals. A lot of art galleries here in Fredericksburg. You know what we'll do is we'll take a cruise around on the motorcycle. We'll go down here and then go down the main street. And then we'll park and walk. Probably get some lunch. I think it's time for lunch. America's most historic town, they call it. This park here is new. I've never seen that before. That's nice. They have a little river walk. They needed that. That's great. I'm happy to see it. So we're going to go all the way down here to the train station. These are all new buildings here. Huh. Look like expensive townhomes. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna go. Let's go down to the river. I'll show you where George Washington lived as a boy. I remember this old place was a warehouse. It's a residence now, but it used to be a warehouse. From the river boats would come up and they'd store different goods there. That building dates back into the 1700s. There used to be a riverboat here that would do dinner cruises. Let's walk down to the river. The historic Rappahannock River. We're gonna head down Caroline. This is the main strip of historic downtown Fredericksburg. Look at these townhomes that date back to the 1700s, and they're still residential townhomes. A lot of them. Some of them are shops. But some of them are still used for residents. These trees here on this either side are Bradford pear trees that were a gift. They turned that into the courtyard by Marriott. How interesting. Huh. This is the building that I used to live in, right up there. We'll go all the way down here. Sorry Mom Tattoos. 2-hour parking. This is us. Motorcycle parking only. Even better. 'Cause I'm on a motorcycle. Theater. Check that out. I gotta say though, Fredericksburg's looking pretty cool. They're keeping up with it. Let's go in here and get some lunch. All right, look at this. An Allagash white, perfect for a hot day. That is super, super tasty. Delicious. Now, what am I going to have for lunch? I got the French dip. It is so delicious. Perfect. Oh, good morning, my friends. I just checked out of the hotel, and I don't even know what day it is. What day is today? I think it's Monday. And I'm still in the little town of Fredericksburg. I'm gonna go and hit my morning Starbucks, get caffeinated a little bit, and then head to the mountains. Today is Mountain Day. I can't wait to get out there. Okay, we've arrived in Culpeper, Virginia, the little old historic town. Oh, I can already see the theater, the State Movie Theater here. Oh, that's awesome. Classic old town movie theater. Look at that. Very Art Deco. Actually, here's another one. That's a newer one. That's the Regal. Let's take a little walk around historic Main Street of Culpeper. I love this restored Coca-Cola mural. How about that? Maybe there's another coffee shop up here somewhere. I'm sure there's got to be. Although I kind of want to get to the mountains. But I sure could use another cup of coffee. What a nice main street, isn't it? I just love these old main streets. There's just something about them. And I love that all these towns are, really diving deep into them, taking pride in restoring them and having restaurants and shops, and it's a community center, right? Instead of the strip malls and commercial brass and fern cookie cutter stores and restaurants that you find at the exits of the highway. Nah, this is what it's all about right here. This is what it's all about. Oh, there's a cafe. Frost Cafe. This is the main intersection of Main Street and Davis Street. There's the old courthouse down there. Such cool old buildings, aren't they? I love that sign.
crispy, delicious, the perfect breakfast before you hit the mountains. Amazing.
All right, that was an absolute amazing breakfast in a really cool, authentic downtown diner. They're still there, people. Go and support your local restaurants and shops. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Look at the giant gargoyle on the top of that building. That's wild. Is the camera picking that up? Well, I have to say, I'm impressed with the little town of Culpeper. It's in great shape, and such interesting buildings and history. There's another gargoyle. Here's the cafe we just ate breakfast at. I say we, I'm taking you along for the ride. I'm actually by myself this trip, if you hadn't noticed. Okay. Goodbye, Culpeper. We're heading to the mountains. Enough dilly-dallying around. It's time to get to the mountains, because it's going to be hot down here at base level. I think they're calling for 96 today and 97 tomorrow, so we got to get some elevation and get in that cooler air. Into the little town of Sperryville in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. I remember coming here as a child, and when you got to Sperryville, you knew you were very close to getting onto the Skyline Drive. These old places. I do want to get gas before I get onto the Skyline Drive, though. I hope they have a gas station here. What a quaint little place, though, isn't it? Very Appalachian. All right, we're in the Shenandoah National Park. We're heading up the side of the mountain, almost to Thornton Gap. The camera probably isn't picking it up, but we are heading up this really nice winding road. I'm the only vehicle I've seen on this road in the last half hour. I'm a little nervous about gas. I might have to do a detour to the local town. Wow, look at this corner. Nice. Okay, we just paid our entrance fee. It costs money to get on the Skyline Drive. You know, it's for the ranger service, the park service. You know, this is a park. So I paid my entrance fee here, and now we are on the Skyline Drive. This is going to be amazing. I haven't been here since I was a kid. Oh, here we go. I think we'll stop at Skyland in 10 miles and get hydrated a little bit. But of course we'll have to stop at some, they have some overlook areas where you can stop and look at the views. What a gorgeous day. Oh, I can already feel that cool mountain air. Look at the stone wall here. Those were built by hand during the Great Depression, when they were trying to get people jobs. There's a valley. The valley below, look at that. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, hey, check it out. It's a tunnel. Wow. Very cool. I love tunnels.